Well, hell. Welcome to the stream, everybody. It's me, Jack Spade, and today I have some more Durgs and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. We'll be playing some more Curse of Strahd this evening. Hard mode, not hardcore. Not doing that, super soul-crushing stuff. It's fun. Hardcore's fun. Hardcore's fun. But tonight we're going to be playing hard mode. Just trying out some different rules. Instead of death saves, we have what we call death defiances, where players will regain a certain amount of HP whenever they go to zero, and they don't go down, they don't lose consciousness, they just tap into a reserve of resolve. But it can disappear quite fast, especially because sometimes these players will have to spend them in order to regain certain abilities and resources. So yeah. It's going to be pretty fun. All right, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get our players going, shall we? Gonna do this. Excuse me. And gonna do this. Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Well, if you guys will remember, we ended off last time with you guys having just been finished repelling a troop of shadows. They were attacking all of you and sapping your strength scores, hoping to end your lives that way, but through some resource expenditure, casting spells like Bless, and also just rolling really, really well, you guys managed to fend them off. Of course, this came after one of you grabbed onto a mimic door, and that was fun. I laughed at that. That was fun for me. So yeah. Yeah, good time was had by all for sure. You also picked up quite a bit of extra loot going through the dungeon floor of Death House. You found some pretty interesting things, some wealth things. And you also picked up a glowy, smoky orb that's worth quite a bit of gold as well. So I'm going to say you guys are looking pretty much on track to get your next level if you can survive Death House. I'm just saying. It is. It does count as a spell focus, so there's that. But it is otherwise not magical. It is worth quite a bit of gold, I will say. So turn up the music there a little bit. All right. So Norwin, you have been cast out of Barovia, and you have been able to return to Waterdeep. And you were there for about a day or so. Would you have gone to see your foster parents, or would you have tried to go somewhere else in that day? Okay. As you were investigating, asking around people that you know, the taverns that your comrades would frequent in Waterdeep, you come to realize they're most likely still trapped in Barovia, along with the rest of your foster siblings. Um, would that include going to see the Vespers, or would you try to find some other way? Okay. So you go and you find Vesper's home for future adventurers, for future legends, excuse me. Um, and you find a very distraught um, set of foster parents. They are very distressed hearing that some of their charges have been brought into Barovia, thanks to Eggy, as well as Oshai having relayed that information to them, and they're not super happy about it, as you can imagine. And they will outright tell you, however, that there's not much they can do about it on their side because Strahd, and this is after doing their own research, Strahd is basically the gatekeeper of his own domain, which is Barovia. So if he doesn't want them in, they're not getting in. The barbarian. Oh, who did we lose? I was Saren. Okay. Um, as as you say this, your barbarian. What's the word I'm looking for? My brain all of a sudden. Jesus. Yes, thank you, mentor. Your barbarian mentor. Uh, there he is again. Cadwadan. He puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, "Son, I don't think Strahd is done with you. I'm fairly certain that he will bring you back into Barovia. Most likely when you least expect it. So stay ready. Keep that blade sharp." And he happily leads you that way. And you do spend basically a whole day just preparing yourself, resting up as much as you can. And yeah, so you do that. A night passes and you have a nightmare. You hear a very gentle and ethereal female voice singing to you like a lullaby, but it's the sound of it is very unsettling, and anybody who's watching you from the outside can see you tossing and turning in your bed as you're definitely not liking what you're hearing. And then all at once you feel as though you are drowning, and as you awaken you are. What do you do? You begin to float for a moment, then feeling which way your body is traveling, you start to pound like mad upwards and up and up and up and up. And after what seems like an eternity, your lungs on fire, your head breaks the surface of a pool. Everybody who is in the everybody who's in the dungeon, you hear someone sputtering and coughing somewhere to the northwest of your direction, in this direction that way. Norwin, you find yourself. Let's see. I can't pull you directly, so you're going to be over here. I don't know if you can see that ping or not. And you climb up and pull yourself out. What the rest do you do? Sounds like it. Sounds like it. And as you round the corner back to the room where you saw the well, you'll see Norwin, gasping and soaked from head to toe, as if he has just been swimming somehow in this dungeon. As you are reunited, you'll begin to hear a cacophony of voices singing. And as you hear this sound, it sends a chill through all of your bones. It seems like it's coming from somewhere to your south. Okay. Ash, as you come to this intersection, you can hear the singing is getting louder coming from this direction. Not quite this area, but close. The singing gets louder over here. As you as you come back to the room where you left Casey, she is nowhere to be found. You see the ground where she was standing, that you last saw her. There is just empty foot tracks or footprints where she was standing, and doesn't seem like she went anywhere else. Uh, I don't know what's going on with the teleporting. I apologize. Hold on just a second, please. As you get to the top of the stairs, you will hear that there is a like a choir singing. and you will hear the voices louder and louder as you descend down into the darkness, down deeper into the bowels of this dungeon. There's you are over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where did Nori go? There he is. You will enter a space that is quite distressing, to say the least. This is a reliquary. You can see that all around these cubbies around the room, you can see that there is a mass of several relics. You can see them stored along these cubbies on these walls. You see things like a small mummified yellow hand with sharp claws. You see a knife carved from human bone, a dagger with a rat's skull set into the pommel, an 8-inch diameter varnished orb made from some kind of eye. You see an aspergillum carved from bone, a folded cloak made from skin, a desiccated frog lashed to a stick, a bag full of something that smells awful. You see a severed, gnarled looking finger. You see a 6-inch tall wooden figurine of a mummy with its arms crossed over its chest. And you see an iron pendant adorned with the devil's face, a shrunken, shriveled head of a halfling, and a small wooden coffer containing some kind of tongue. It doesn't appear to be a humanoid tongue at first glance. And that's what you see along these cubbies here as you kind of look from space to space. Make a nature check as you smell that bag. Alice, what are you checking for with your perception check? The sound of the singing is. Oh, I'm sorry, Nori. I don't know what happened there. The sound of the singing is quite. It's not deafening, but it is distracting, and you can't quite focus enough to see if there's any kind of threat other than the bizarre dressings that you see around you. Oshai, you think that this bag is a bag of bat guano. Bat guano. So yeah, it's bat poop. Yeah. You see that there is an additional area this way, and then you will see that there is a portcullis kind of door here on the other side of that little partition. Okay. You begin to pray. What does everybody else do? You pick up the eye? Okay. Just making sure. As you complete your prayer, Hayrol, nothing seems to change about the quality of the singing. It maintains. Yes. You can hear that the source of the voices is coming from the southern room past the great portcullis. No, it is an actual eye that is inside like a glass orb, like a crystal ball. Think of like a cat's eye, except massive. No, it's just sitting on like a pillow, just not in a case or anything, just affectionately displayed. It's holding it in place. Yeah, it's not like a beaker where it's floating around. To the right of the eye. Da-da-da-da. Yes. Da-da-da-da. Sorry, I lost track of whatever. Oh, here it is. An aspergillum carved from bone. For those of you who don't know, an aspergillum is a ritual device to sprinkle holy water. Think of like during like festival holidays and stuff, a priest would dunk these into like a bucket of holy water, and then they would fling the holy water onto targets, you know, in a crowd or a tree or something like that. Yeah, you might have. As you start to venture down Hayrol, you will see that you see a the remains of someone who is imprisoned here. Okay, sure. uh, right here. You'll see that right there. Hayrol, you will see that there is just more and more remains of people that used to be imprisoned here. For what purpose, you're not sure. Uh, that would have been a shrunken, shriveled head of a halfling, and then the one next to it was a small wooden coffer containing some kind of tongue that belonged to some kind of beast. Make a nature check. Let's just pause real quick. With a 21, this is obviously some kind of canine tongue, and you rolled well enough to know that it came from a dire wolf. Norwin, as you enter this room, the chanting and the choir stops. You see smooth masonry walls that provide the excellent acoustics you've all been enjoying so far. You see stone pillars without any kind of feature or anything like that as they support the ceiling. The murky water that is around your ankles covers the floor. And you can see rising out of that are more stairs to the south. You also see to the south in the water past the steps some kind of pile of refuse. It seems like there's all kinds of things in there. You can see bits of bone. You can see shards of metal that gleam slightly in the torchlight. You may continue. Alice is the one with the torch, right? Okay, so she's got to be in there. Unless one of you wants to strike your own torch. There we go. You see a sarcophagus that is bolted tight, and these chains are attached to the pillars in the room. There is a foreboding kind of feeling. As you ascend the dais, you will hear the chanting rise once more, and all of you will see 13 apparitions begin to fill the space. Here, 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 everywhere around this room. They surround each and every one of you. Yes, as they stepped up the dais, yes. Each one resembles a black-robed figure holding a torch, but the torch's fire is black and seems to draw no light into it. Where you'd expect to see faces, you see only void. And they chant, "One must die! One must die!" What do you do? One must die! It is not. The apparitions continue to repeat "one must die" over and over again as you stand atop this dais. They they seem to not be paying attention to you. One must die. As you leave the dais, you hear the chanting cultists fall silent. And then you hear them begin to chant, Lorgoth the Decayer, we awaken thee! Lorgoth the Decayer, we awaken thee! And the chant begins to get louder and louder and louder. And you see that this mound of refuse to the south begins to rumble and shake as a creature emerges from the refuse. And you will see this disturbingly shaped figure. Springs out of the refuse. And I need all of you to roll initiative. I will say you got a long rest. The monstrous figure erupts out of the pile of refuse and roars in dissatisfaction, seeing that a sacrifice was not presented to this ritual. I'll roll for it. Let's see. You got a 3. Is that your total, Mikash? All right. Cool. There are 13 of them, but they don't seem to be doing anything on their own. They have summoned this creature, and now you will deal with it. Yes. Yes, exactly. Okay. First up is the Destroyer. The Destroyer will move. Let's see. Actually, no, you know what? First, it's going to first begin to bellow and cry out in this demonic rage. And I need everybody to please make a wisdom saving throw. Oh, did you? I apologize. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Never mind. Oshai, you're first. Apologies. I was looking at the carousel the wrong way. Unfortunately, that will miss. It is not good. Nope. I'll say you could have a better chance if you stayed right here. So go ahead and make a stealth check with your bonus action. Okay. You crouch down and try to hide behind the steps, hoping your head doesn't cross over the sarcophagus. Alice, what would you like to do?
You see the eyes narrow and the nose kind of like sniff in your direction. You could try to pick up the sarcophagus and throw it, but it's chained, so you can see how far that gets you. Okay. What would you like to know? Oops. I don't know what happened to the music there. Okay. The creature is resistant to thunder, fire, necrotic, acid, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing attacks from all non-magical sources. What else would you like to know? Yes. No, I said thunder. I said thunder. They are still there, but they don't appear to be combatants. Correct. They're just chanting. Largoth the Destroyer over and over again. It is like bolted shut. It's like bolted shut. There's like locks on it and shit. Yes, still open. You can learn specific stats. You can ask to see if its HP is bigger than yours. You can ask you can ask comparison questions if you'd like to, like like if it is a certain stat higher or lower than yours, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Then yours, you can only ask personal questions. You would have to compare yourself to it. I'll give you this. I'll give you this one for free. This creature is much stronger than you and your entire party. I'll also tell you this: it is possible for you guys to kill this creature, but one or two of you will die in the process. It is possible. It is possible, but you will sacrifice some lives here to make it happen.
All right. Alice, would you like to move or dash or anything else? Uh, yeah, you can respond to something Alice says, sure. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Uh, you move. Did you want to dash, Alice? Mm-hmm. Okay. Nora, you are blinded, but you can see that there is light this direction where Alice ran off to. And there is a demon somewhere in this darkened room with you. What would you like to do? Okay. While you're in the dark, would you like to move? Okay. Understood. The dirge action. I forget which icon. There we go. All right, it is now the demon's turn. You will see that it takes a step, is barred by the pillar, uses action to destroy the pillar with a single swipe of its claws, and take another step forward. You will see it smash this pillar into dust as it begins to look around the room, noticing that there is one missing. It turns to look at Oshai and steps a little bit closer. But that's all it can do on its turn. Hey, roll. It is now your turn. It does not. The yeah, the dais. Hey, roll. You witness this creature smashing a stone pillar like it was just tissue paper, and now it is bearing down on your brother. What do you do? Okay. uh, what's the total? 12. That misses, unfortunately. The guiding bolt goes wide. It doesn't even look at you. It is continuously fixed on on Oshai. All right, Ash. It is now your turn. McAsh, you there? Oh, he just did. Oh, okay. No, this thing is completely alien to you. It looks like nothing you've ever seen before in your short adventuring career, even with Cadwadan escorting you on that last trip. This creature is beyond your experience currently. Nope, they have not moved to attack. They have not done anything else except continue to chant the destroyer, the destroyer, he is here. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That oldest and noblest of traditions. Okay. All right. Okay. That's going to be Ash's turn. Oshai. Yeah, I'll say that's a pretty easy. That's like only 5 feet up, so it's just part of your movement to get up there. Sure. That'll be 15. That'll be 15. Because you can't go through a pillar, so that's gonna be 15 feet. 20, 25, 30. Okay. You have an additional 60 feet left if you cunning action dash as well. So you can move 60 feet more. Yes, you can do your main action to dash and then cunning action to dash again. Yeah, if you want to. You don't have to, but you can. It was bolted. It was a lockdown. Okay. That one that you're closest to, you kind of have a choice between the the least gross one. Let's see. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can either take the eyeball or the aspergillum card from Bone. Okay. As you do, it shatters, and you see that this squishy-looking eyeball just rolls around on the floor, bumps into one of these pillars, and just stays still. Nothing happens. Okay. Alice, it is now your turn. For your main action, sure. Dirge. Nori, do you allow yourself to be dragged away? Okay. You're gonna have to move a little bit further if you want to like get him all the way in. Yeah, there you go. All right, that's gonna be as far as you can move unless you dash. Sorry, it'd be right here actually, but okay. Nori, it is now your turn. Okay. 10. Sorry, I was gonna do it for you. So that's 10 feet. 15, 20. No, it's free action. Okay. Very well. All right. The demon. The demon begins to approach. 10. And he immediately destroys this door with his action. And with a bonus action, he will lash out with a tail towards Ashwin. It says claws, but it's actually a tail. So I'm just going to roll it manually then. He misses. You see this odd shadow-like tail erupt from through the darkness and stops right next to your ribs and retracts. You can hear it just kind of growl in the dark, its eyes shining. And that's going to be its turn. Hey, roll. It is now your turn. You do. Sacred Flame. Okay. It succeeds. Okay. All right. Ash, is now your turn again. What would you like to do? That one is a 6-inch tall wooden figurine of a mummy, its arms crossed over its chest. Correct. Okay. I believe that is the holy water thing. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. All good. All right. All right. Oshai. I believe so. Where would you like to move it? Okie dokie. Oshai. Yeah, until the rest of your party's slow, like a lot slower than you.
That's fine. Okay. That will miss, unfortunately. Okay. All right, that's going to be Oshai's turn. Alice, it is now your turn. Oh, if you don't attack and you're not attacked, you're going to lose your rage. Okay, just making sure. Yeah, if you don't attack this turn, you'll lose it. Uh huh. Yeah, you can see it rolling around on the ground. It's over here somewhere. Okay. I wouldn't even make you roll for it. You just take a step and you just squish it like a giant grape. Eyeball juice just flows all over the ground. Nothing seems to happen otherwise. That will be your attack, though, however. Yes. Yeah, I'll say that that's public knowledge what he's going to do or try to do. Keep in mind you don't actually have any holy water on you, I don't think. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I forgot he did give you holy water. Okay. Flanzy. What are you gonna do the rest of your turn, Alice? Saren, you still there? Saren? Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know why we can't hear you. Oh, there we go. Now we can hear you. I don't know what happened. Maybe Discord's fucking up. The mummy, you're standing right next to it. It's this one right here. No, this one to the south, but well, yeah, whatever.
it's you look around the room and you see all of these things that are gathered together, and you think about the clues that you've already picked up from the rest of the house, and it suddenly hits you. This is a house built on the occult, not the kind of occult that actually takes generations of study and and just like committing to dark forces. These were corrupt, vile assholes who just had wild sex orgies and parties just to like do it, and they got lucky, and they actually summoned a demon. None of this stuff is real. All of it's fake, and you're facing something that is beyond anybody's control as a result. Basically. Yeah, basically. What are you doing, Alice? Hold on. I have to change the name of the shadow demon here. Okay. Alrighty. Norwin, is now your turn. Are you dashing or continuing to dodge? All right. The creature formerly known as the Shadow Demon, P. Diddy, is now going to use his special ability, Incorporeal Movement, and step through the wall. And then he is going to look down at Alice, who is no longer raging. Oh, that's true. You did attack the eyeball. I forgot. Okay, that counts. And will swing at you once with claws. That will miss. My God. Got lucky. These claws race towards your throat, Alice, and you manage to step just out of range, saving your skin. It's going to use its second attack to attack Hayrol for firing that guiding bolt earlier. It also misses again. And that's going to be its turn. Hayrol, it is now your turn. It doesn't. It chooses not to. It chooses not to. Maybe. It makes the dex save. It's going to roll it now. It fails. Roll damage. It takes double damage, so that's Oh shit, I gave that to you. My bad. My bad. All right. Ash. Mm-hmm. Okay. um, I'll allow it. Sure. So you command the magic hand to sling the holy water, right? Okay. Uh, Go ahead and make a just roll a d20 and add your intelligence modifier, please. Yeah, just add your intelligence modifier to it. This will count as a spell attack. It did. So it's a total of 20. Alrighty. So now I need you to roll 3d6 for me. I'll say that would have taken half the vial. All right, so 10 damage. Unfortunately, he made his con save, so it's only going to be 5 damage. All right. Oshai, it's now your turn. All right. I'll put you where you're supposed to be. Should be right here. Okay. I think I think you only have 5 feet left, unless you want to dash again as a bonus action. Okay. All right. 25. And then you have 5 more feet. Okay. All right, Alice, it is now your turn. Your brother dashes up the steps. You will notice as the holy water touches this demon's skin, it begins to solidify. Before it was like this wispy kind of form, and now it is formed like actual flesh. With Ashwin, the hand has used it all that it had on it. What would you like to do? No, you were not. No, his whole body is now like more fleshy and more substantial. Okay, make an attack roll. Are you going to be reckless? The DM taunts. Yay! That'll hit. Roll damage. Ooh, pretty good damage. Unfortunately, though. Bink! 7 damage. Yep. So I'll put you at the top of the steps, which will be right here. Oh, my game crashed. There we go. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I see what happened. I see what happened. I understand what happened. There we go. Okay. All right. Nori, it is pitch dark as your sister leaves the floor that you're on. Oh, you have dark vision? Oh, I'm sorry. That should reflect on your character. Can you see? I guess you can. Yeah, you can. Never mind. You're good. That's right. If you're Asimar, I forgot. Hey, roll. That's. Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you try to push him up the steps as part of like a grapple or? Got it. Okay. The demon does not chase after Alice through the ceiling. Instead, he takes steps forward and tries to reach through this narrow doorway and takes a swipe at Norwin, who is taking the dodge action. Because you're not blinded, this will actually be a disadvantage. 13 plus some numbers. Does a 16 hit you? It does not. The claws come out and scrape across your armor, lighting up the darkness for a moment, and it just kind of growls at you and takes another swing with its second attack. That's going to be 12, 15. Yeah, that will also miss as well. And that's going to be his turn. Hey, roll. It's now your turn. All right. I'll move you. Teleport you into a wall. Incredible. There we go. There we go. Okay. Oshai, you will see that your brother, because you could see him through the angle slightly, you'll see that he went the other way from you. Ash, it's now your turn. Ash, it's now your turn. Um, the hand can't make attacks with by itself. It needs like it can push stuff. It can throw stuff. It not super forcefully. It's more of a tool rather than a weapon. Okay. All right. Where did it put you? There it is. I see you. There we go. You can respond, Alice. You would have seen Hayroll go to the right at the junction. All right. Oshai, it is now your turn. It is now your turn. All right. That's gonna be Oshai's turn. Alice, is now your turn. Nope. Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. What are you trying to do? Yeah, sure, absolutely. Just make an attack roll. You turn around and smack your head into a wall as hard as you can. Roll 1d4, please. Absolutely. What's your strength mod? So you deal 6 points of damage to yourself. Yay, persisting rage by damaging yourself. And for your movement? Okay. Alrighty. Norwin. You will see that the shadow demon, its skin becomes less corporeal. You can see that it begins to take on its former shadowy form in the darkness. What do you do? Do you run? All right. We'll say that's shit. We'll say that's 10 feet. Mm-hmm. Correct. It becomes diluted or ineffective completely. You're not sure. Ashwin, you're not sure. You're not there looking at it. It is now the Shadow Demon's turn. It uses its corporeal movement to climb through the ceiling and up to the next floor, and pops up right behind Alice. Boop. But that's going to be its turn. Hey, roll. It's now your turn. All right. Ashwin. You do. Ashwin, it's now your turn. It is less physical. You can see that the skin texture that you saw before is no longer there. It has regained its usual form that you saw it when you first saw it. When you speak to it and ask who summoned it, it just grins and says, they were delicious. You're next. And it holds out a claw in your direction. Okay. And you have your action left as well. Ash, you can use your action to dash if you would like to move another 30 feet. Is that 30 feet? Okay, you can't end on somebody else's square. There we go. Unfortunately not. Osha, your turn. Half your speed. You could, yeah, you could, yeah, absolutely. You could definitely move him 45 feet, using all of your economy this round, sure. Five, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. So that's a total of 50 feet that you've traveled dragging him. So you have 40 feet left if you want to use the rest of your economy. Yep. I'm sorry. All right, that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30. Okay. Yeah, yeah. All right. Alice, now your turn. um you can try to figure out any kind of gimmicks it has, if you would like to. You've already discovered the mystery of the mansion by rolling that intelligence check, realizing that it's all fake. They just got lucky. um is there anything else you're interested in knowing? With a 24, I'll give you this. If you escape Death House, it cannot follow you. It is bound to this location. Okay. To the right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Nori, what do you do as you hear your siblings squabble? You hear the demon call out, "Come back, I'd like to see that." What'd you say? Nori, what'd you like to do? And he said to go straight here. And then you have a dash action left if you'd like to take it. Okay. So that'll be 5, 10, 15. That's fine. All good, all good. Okay. And he said to take a right, which you just did. So that's going to be your turn. You hear shouting coming from this direction. All right. That's fine. It is now the demon's turn. He's going to make a decision here. Odds. He chases the paladin. Evens. He goes towards the arguing couple over there. Odds it is. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. He ends his turn inside a wall, so he will take some damage, but he will get shunted out into this room. And he will say, "Come back. I want to see you flay your siblings alive." That sounded metal as fuck. So that's going to be his turn. Hey, roll. It's now your turn. Okay. All right. You go to the next floor. Oh, I'm sorry. There's something I need to do. As you enter this room, you begin to hear the scraping sound of metal. And as you approach this doorway, you see that it is transformed from a doorway into a guillotine trap. And you can see a pendulum axe head swinging back and forth. If you wish to cross, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please. You stumble through, but you do suffer some damage, unfortunately, and you will take 1 point of slashing damage as you get through the doorway. It's just through regular movement. Okay. Okay. All right. After you was Ashwin, right? Yeah. Ashwin, it's now your turn. Uh-huh. If you get close, you may be able to see what's written on them. Smile. If you dash, I think you can get upstairs. Okay. Yes. It didn't move you automatically to the screen. Hold on just a second. Hopefully I can do this. There we go. I can't do it. I can't do it singly. You enter the space and you can hear that there is a guillotine trap in the doorway. I will also say that as you go up the stairs, you can see that the wood around you becomes less and less palatable, meaning that it's much more grotesque. You can see that there are insects crawling out of every pore, every knot in the wood of this building now. You're in the attic. You're currently in the attic. You need to make a dex save. Sure. What was the total? It only showed a 7 for the roll. What's your dex save? You barely succeed. And you manage to not take any damage. I think that's all you can move, isn't it? 5, 10. Okay. All right. Back down the other floor. All right. It is now, I believe it's Oshai's turn, right? Yeah. Yeah, Oshai. Okay. Alice, it's now your turn. Ashwin is up the stairs. He cannot hear you. Well, you were told that they're supposed to go down here somewhere, but you never found where exactly. Okay. Yep. You passed by. You didn't stop and look at anything. With the 9, you can see that there are things written on the doors, on each of these corners here, but you're not close enough to make anything out. The darkness being what it is. You will see that there is a door here with a placard on it. Then it is inscribed on it is Thornvolt Durst. Correct. You don't have any of the bones, do you? Which set? You have Rose's thorns? Okay. Okay. So this is Thorn's grave. Okay, so you have Rose's bones, but that's Thorn's grave that you're staying in front of. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you have at least 55 more feet if you dash. You see Rosvala Durst. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean it's pretty easy logic to work out. Okay, you take the bones out of your pack and you just dump them unceremoniously in there, given how much of a hurry you are. But you hear Rose's voice in your ear say, "Oh, thank you. Now I can rest. Please bring my brother's bones home, please." And it goes silent. And that'll be your turn. Uh-huh. No, it's 5. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Sure. I'll say you're close enough that you could have heard Alice screaming out, but this is like, 4 flights of stairs, so you can't exactly hear what she's saying. Okay. I don't remember if someone went after you, Alice. Was it Hayroll? It was Norwin. Okay. All right. Norwin, it's now your turn. The demon looks at you and says, "So, you gonna kill your cousin's siblings? Can I watch?" He shrugs. "All right, I'm gonna kill you then." Let's see. That would have been 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, sure can. Because he's a demon. All right. Who went after Norwin? Because it's not on my tracker anymore. I think it was. I want to say it was Ash after Norwin. So we'll go ahead and do that. Ash, go ahead and take your turn, and then Hayroll will be after you. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. I appreciate you being honest about that. Okay. It is now the demon's turn. The demon is going to do something dastardly that none of you see. And that's going to be its turn. Oshai, it's now your turn. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who was before Oshai? Were you? Okay. How are you still down here? Right. Okay. True. You zoom in. Uh-huh. I got you. There we go. I've just been saying it's just been your regular movement speed and just being nice. So we'll say that that's going to be you're at 20 feet here. Let me move you. Hold on just a second. Yes, you're at 50 total. He says as this blade slices in between the two of you. Make a sleight of hand check. Yep. You succeed. The DC's low because these are predictable blades. So you time it just right, and you manage to pull the bones out of the bag and into your own. Oshai. Yep. You got 40 feet left. I'll say you'll be able to just get to the bottom of the steps if you go back down. Okay. Where did it put your yeah, it put your token outside the thing. Hold on a second. Oh god dang it. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, I'll say you're right there. Ashwin, it's not your turn. Okay. Nope, there are no windows. You see another guillotine trap here slice across. You'll need to make another dex save to get through. All right. That succeeds. You get through without taking any damage. Very easy for you this time. Okay. All right. This would be the second floor, technically, I believe. Oh, hold on. I'll pull you to the thing. As you emerge onto this floor, you will see that the animated armor that had been destroyed is now going to reform. And you'll see that it is no longer a shiny metallic structure, but it is instead a dark piece of like almost obsidian in its structure as it menaces you. And that's going to be your turn. You see where the faceplate is. You see a mockery of the shadow demon that you faced below, and you just hear it. You just kind of hear it whisper, "Not this way." Hey, roll. Make a dex save. You succeed. All right. Alrighty. I think we're now back to Alice. So Alice, is now your turn. You have one left. You're trying to get your rages back. You are allowed to. Yes, that's Thorn's grave. Uh, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, yeah, 40. So you have 20 feet left. And you can use a free action to dump the bones unceremoniously into Thorn's grave. And you hear a little boy's voice say, "Oh, thank you. I feel so safe and comfortable now." That's going to be your turn. Norwin, it is now your turn. Oh, I apologize. At the end of your turn, you will see all of the walls turn black, like sludge and shadow. And I need everybody down here to make a dexterity saving throw, please, as tendrils of shadow erupt from the walls. Not you, Harold, just these three down here. Oshai, make a dex save. Alice, make a dex save. Ooh, not good. Norwin is the only one who succeeds, and you will both danger sense. Do you get that at this level? Oh, oh yeah. Roll again. Roll again. That way you don't take. Oh, nice. A total of 20. Okay, so Oshai, you're going to be the only one who takes this damage, which is going to be 5 points of piercing damage. Norwin, go ahead. Norwin, go ahead. That will give you some movement left after I move back here. Let me pull Mr. Brett. There we go. You can hear the mechanical sounds of a slicing device coming from this area here. Make a dexterity saving throw to get through the door without being sliced. You can make a dex save. Oh, there it goes. Okay. You succeed, barely, and not taking any damage this time. And then I think you have 10 more feet of movement left. Yeah. Okay. Okay. The Shadow Demon is doing Shadow Demon things. So now we're at the back of the top of the round with Oshai. Sure. Okay. So that's, you can move 5 squares. Yeah, 5 squares. Okay. Let's see. That was that. Let's see. That was, yeah, that was correct. Okay. Right after Oshai, I believe it was wasn't Alice, was it? That's true. Yeah. So it is Alice. It's now your turn. Okay. I'm so happy when this actually works like it's supposed to. All right. You have 15 feet left, and before you dash, make a dex save. Yep, that succeeds. Also, keep in mind, you can go through these doors and avoid taking the save if you choose not to move or you spend an action. Just a heads up. Mm-hmm. You have 10 feet left. There is an open door down here. Yes. Yes. That's as far as you can go. At at the end of your turn, Hoshi, I need you to make another dexterity saving throw, please. You succeed. Tendrils once again shoot out from every wall in the basement, and you manage to dodge and not take any damage. After Alice, I believe it was. Yeah, it's Nori. So, Nori, go ahead. Down this way. Make a dex save to go through the doorway, unless you'd like to spend an action. All right. You succeed, barely. All right. And you see that there is a completely like ebony sculpted suit of armor that is menacing your siblings down here. You can see that the armor looks to you, Norwin, and just kind of does like those high fingers and says, "Good to see you again." That's true. All right, that's going to be Nori's turn. Next is the Shadow Demon. The Shadow Demon is now going to swing at you twice. So that's going to be 20 to hit. 20 to hit. 3 points of bludgeoning damage. And then it's going to swing again with another slam attack. Just and that's going to be a miss. That's going to be a miss. Just no technique. Just wild swings with these gauntleted fists into Nori's direction. One of them is parried off of his shield. The other one connects pretty solidly into his side. And that's going to be the demon's turn. With the top of the round, Oshai. What you doing? You do not. You're at the very bottom. You're underground, my guy. Let me drag you to the scene. 35. Make a dex save to go to the door. Oh, I saw that one. You succeed without taking damage. Nope. That's a wall. That's a wall, yeah. Make another dex save. That's a success. You're able to move without taking damage. Uh-huh. That's fine. We'll just say you're in the doorway. Yep, that's fine. Alrighty. After Oshai's turn, it's going to be Alice. Yep. So that's 5, 10, 15. So you have 15 more feet of movement. You can get to the end of Nori if you want to create some room. So that's going to be your regular movement there. It takes a swing at you. It takes a swing at you. A natural 1? Are you shitting me? All right. Okay. All right. At the end of your turn, something happens, which you will see the results of fairly soon, I think. All right. At the end of your turn, I believe it's Ashwin. Okay. As you go down the steps ahead of Alice, you will see another suit of armor pointing at you and saying, "You're not getting away that easy." You will see that the wood paneling around you is even more rotted than the what you saw above. You can see that the house seems to be bleeding color in real time as you continue to walk through it again. After Ashwin's, it does have a similar axe trap that is swing, swing back and forth. Yeah, you still do. Oh, I apologize. These windows are not here anymore. They are bricked up. You can see that the windows are completely like they're not even windows anymore. They're just walls. Nope, you still have one more floor to go. This is the yes, absolutely. That's fine. Okay. All right. Hey, roll. All right. You see the suit of armor menacing your foster brother. All right. That's going to be your turn. All right. At the end, let's see. After Hay roll, I believe it was Nori, right? Or was that the demon's turn? I believe it was Norwin's turn after Hay roll. After Alice. That's right. Okay, so Oshai's turn. All right, Oshai, it's now your turn. Thank you for helping me keep it straight. There's a reason why we have the tracker. Hoshi, you there? It's your turn. You can. Make an acrobatics check to not fall on your face and take damage. Ooh, so lucky that dice played with me. I hate it so much. You actually get a little bit of extra movement from jumping. So you only spent, I'll say, 5 feet. So you fall here. You have the rest of your movement left. Yeah, the staircase goes down. Or you can try to jump again if you want to, but you don't see the landing the same way this time. You'll have to jump all the way down to the very bottom. Yes, yeah. So you have to go over here, unless you want to jump down to the middle. Okay. You will see. You'll see. Actually, that's not the front door. This is here. You will see another axe trap swinging back and forth in front of you, Oshai. Make a dex save. Okay. Okay. Yes, you can ready action to dash. It'll have to be a. Oh, I see. I see. No, you can't. You can't do a ready action for that, unfortunately. Okay. All right. All right. We'll just mark you as concentrating there. After Oshai was Alice. Go ahead, Alice. Oh, actually, at the end of your turn, Oshai, you will see the demon armor Ashwin. He will approach you and he say, "You want to go down so bad? Fine." And he takes both of his gauntleted fists and slams them down on the rotted wood beneath your feet. And he's gonna roll to hit the floor. He succeeds. He smashes a hole where you're standing. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. You feel the floor give out from underneath you as you begin to fall. Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why. It's got to be a connection issue. Okay, so a 16 will succeed with flat without any bonuses. So you are hanging from the edge, and you can see those of you below the second floor. You can see his feet swinging from from above you. It's about a 15-foot drop. Yeah. Yeah, Hayroll's down there. he's he's closer to you. Alice, go ahead, sorry. You see your brother hanging from the edge of a hole that's been smashed into the floor by this armor here. 5 feet wide. Yes. So you'll have to like jump over. Oh yeah. You can do that if you want to try. Ashwin, do you allow yourself to be pulled down? What are you gonna do? Okay. Ashwin, do you allow yourself to be pulled off the edge? Okay. I need you to make a acrobatics check at disadvantage, Alice. You fall 50, you fall 15 feet, so that's actually going to be you succeed. You land up. Unfortunately, not. You land on your feet, Alice, and you only suffer 3 points of damage from the fall. And you kind of have Ashwin held up like the Lion King as you like hit the ground, and you gently set him down in front of you. Oh, that's right. Sorry, hold on. My bad. I drug y'all to the wrong place. Uh, da, 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 da. Oh no, no, you guys fell all the way down to the bottom. That's right. Yeah, yeah. You guys fell all the way down to the bottom. So hold on just a second. All right. After Alice's turn, I believe was Ashwin. Ash. Who was it? Oh, you do. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You do. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That doorway is actually open, and there's another axe swinging thing. So I need you to make a dex save as you move through this one. Success! You pass through. You don't have your action because you used it to fall. Okay. Mm-hmm. Is it Hayrol now after Alice? Okay, sorry, Nori. That's right, and then the demon, and then the demon. Okay. The armor, the armor looks at you as you come down the steps and says, "Fight me." Fine, let me push you off the edge. Sorry, what'd you say, Nori? Go ahead. You just jump off. Make an acrobatics check. Make an acrobatics check, please. You succeed, so you only take half of this. You'll take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you land at the bottom floor. That do 6 or 3. I'm just gonna. It did look like 6. Okay, so I'll give him back 3. Okay. You land at the bottom floor here, the rotten panels bending under your weight as you straighten back up, your sword and shield in hand. If you would like to take the rest of your turn, you may. Okay. All right, is that going to be your turn? Make a dex save, please. As the axe swings through the doorways. Ooh, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. You take 6 points of slashing damage as you suffer this slice clumsily getting through the doorway. That's going to be your turn. Next is the demon's turn. You will see there will be 2 thuds behind Ashwin as the 2 suits of armor follow suit and fall to the bottom floor. And then one of them will swing on Ashwin. It's going to hit, unfortunately, and you're going to suffer some damage. 4 points of bludgeoning damage. I'm sorry, 6 points of bludgeoning damage. I forgot the modifier. And it's going to swing again. Oh, that's another hit. And another 4 points of damage. Ashwin beaten up. And that's going to be the Shadow Demon's turn. The other one. Oh, actually, he's in range. I just realized he'll also swing twice. That's going to be another hit. That's going to be your first death defiance shattered. Let's see. Your con is +1. And then I believe it's 8 +1 plus... Shit, I forgot my own rules. Hold on a second, sorry. 8 plus level plus con mod. So that's going to be 10 +1. So that's going to be 11 is going to be what your current health is at, and you're down by 1 death defiance. And then he's going to swing again for his second attack. It's going to hit again. For a total of 7 points of damage. Ashwin is the target of an assault of ebony gauntleted fists just assaulting him from every direction. But that is going to be the demon's turn. We're back at the top of the round. Oshai, your held action can go off before your turn if you would like to shoot your crossbow. I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. That'll hit. Roll damage. 6 points of damage. Okay. Okay. That will miss. Oh, you can apply sneak attack damage as well, by the way. Yeah, to the one that hits. So roll your sneak attack. It still counts, though, because it's once per turn. Yep. 5 damage. Very good. Do you disengage as a bonus action? Okay. Make a dex save. That's a success. You narrowly dodge the blade as it swings by. Alrighty. Go ahead and... I apologize. Go ahead and take your turn now. Okay. 5, 10, 15. Ooh. That's a failure. You take 4 points of slashing damage. A clean slice across an arm. Make another dex save. A success. You pass through without taking any damage and make another dex save. I'll say you're just outside the door when you succeed or whatever you roll, so you'll be right here. So you're not standing in the middle. That's another failure. Ooh, and your first death defiance is consumed. So that's going to be 11 plus 2. It's going to be 13 is what your current hit point is at, with 1 death defiance taken. All right, that's going to be your turn. So now we'll go back up to Alice. You watch as you hear Ashwin getting beaten up behind you, Alice, and you also see your brother getting sliced up as he runs through the doorway. What would you like to be baited to do? I don't think that's unreasonable. Because it's forced movement, he won't suffer an attack of opportunity either. That's right. That's the caveat, though. Oh no. Suffer 3 points of slashing damage. Okay. So you would have had 15. You would have had 15 feet left, but you're cutting that in half, so you'll be able to move 2 squares unless you dash, in which case you'll have 5 squares. So this will be a straight roll for you for the dex save because you're carrying somebody. Success! Neither of you take damage. And if you rolled poor enough, both of you could have taken it. Yes. Yeah, yeah. Okay. After Alice's turn, I believe it's Norwin. Oh, that's right. You're next. I apologize. Ashwin, it's now your turn. I apologize. And there's Norwin after you. Make a deck save. You can. Mm-hmm. Okay. You take your time. You take about 6 seconds to watch the blades, and you succeed automatically. And then to move out to the last one, you make another deck save. 2d4. Okay. So you'll just stay here in the middle of the doorway? Okay. All right. That's gonna be Ashwin's turn. Nori, it's now your turn. You see your brother is faltering at the finish line. Make 2 deck saves. Oh shit. Oh. Okay. I see what you're saying. So you'll take guaranteed damage on the second one then, if you're cool with that. All right. So Ashwin, you will succeed on this second deck save, but your brother will automatically take 5 points of slashing damage. But both of you are through. No, that's it. You're good. You used an action to get through for that first one, so you're safe from that one. You only took damage from the second one. That was guaranteed. But both of you are through now. Okay, after Nori's turn, I believe should be Oshai. Oh, Shadow Demon. Okay. The demon the demon will move his pieces. And he will try to grab Alice through the doorway to try to yank her back in. Alice, make a strength saving throw, please. You watch as the trap stops. You fail as the demon armor is able to pull you back into the range of the guillotine. I need you to make a dex save, please. You succeed. You do not suffer damage from the guillotine. However, the other armor will attempt to grapple you. Make another strength saving throw, please. The demon says, "Stop. Stay a while. We'll treat you real nice." You succeed. You manage to not be grappled. And that's going to be the demon's turn. Now it is Oshai's turn. You want to tank the damage? Okay. Yes. Okay. All right. You will guarantee damage on yourself for 4 points of slashing damage, but you will manage to pull Alice through to the other side, and the demons will not be able to do attack of opportunity. Okay. This will be a dex save on both of your parts. Because you're not carrying, you're just dragging. You succeed on one. Yep, you're going to make 2 dex saves each of you. You do fail one. Alice, you succeed the first. You succeed the second. Oshai, you are hanging on by a thread as you are clipped by one of these traps as you begin to exit out the door. And as you do, you see that all of the doors and windows slam shut behind you, and you can hear the demon laugh and cackle behind the closed doors. And you are free, finally, from Death House. And that is where we're going to end the session for tonight. I love Death House so much. I love Death House so much. What did you guys think? We're not streaming anymore, by the way. It went down. I just never brought it back up. What'd you guys think of Death House?